안녕하세요 여러분, 키즈완이라고 합니다. 제가 제일 좋아하는 도시 Seoul. 다시 왔어. I'm back. Seoul is a city I have a deep connection with. A place that drew me in with great food, beautiful scenery and bright lights, and later became my home. So this is where I used to live. Seoul was my first country living abroad, and I was completely immersed, from making local friends to speaking the language. 내 거리 이름은 남부순환로 200나길. Today, I've returned for the first time since having to leave, and had it not been for the pandemic, I would likely be still living here. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little emotional being here right now. Oh, I can't stop crying. Oh man. So sit back, relax, and enjoy a day in Seoul with me on my highly anticipated return to South Korea. Today, I will show you some of my favorite things to do here in Seoul. I will take you for a trip down memory lane from when I lived here. And in the evening, I'll be catching up with my best mate from here for some dinner and some drinks. And we will show you what is possibly my favorite and the most fun thing about Korean culture. So again, welcome to Seoul. So the first thing that I'm going to be doing today is actually the first thing I recommend everybody do on their first trip here to Seoul, and that is to go up to Namsan Tower. Now you can take there's a cable car just here. You can take a cable car to get up there. I've actually walked up the stairs, which is amazing but brutal. So I think I'll go up the cable car and walk down the stairs. But the view from up here is incredible. The cost of taking the cable car is just 15,000 won for the round trip or 12,000 for the one way, which I decided to go with. The reason I tell everyone to come here on the first day is not just because the view's amazing, which quite clearly it is. You get a 360-degree view from up here, but also you get to see the true size of the city. This city is gigantic, and it's also quite mountainous. The landscape here is really fascinating. There's little pockets of city in amongst all the mountains, and it really is beautiful here. Now, the best time to come here is actually in the early afternoon as the sun starts to go down and all the lights come on. It's really beautiful. I was actually planning on coming tomorrow, but the weather today, this clear blue sky that we're having, is unheard of for this time of year. So I had to make the most of it and come up here today. Something Namsan Tower is famous for is the padlocks all along the fences. Here, couples will write a message on them and lock them up, sealing their relationship. There are quite literally millions of them here, and it's a very common practice, not just for tourists, but for the locals too. Now, I actually have quite a funny story about these locks. Over the years, I've done this twice with two previous girlfriends, and both times we broke up within a week of doing it. So I kind of laugh when I see this. This is like my bad luck charm. I live over here behind that mountain. Well, I used to. I don't actually live here anymore. Funnily enough, I am staying in my old neighborhood, and it's really fun to be back there. I decided to only get the one-way ticket for the cable car so I would walk down the mountain. There's a few different ways you can go, but I just love walking outdoors, and there are some really nice lookouts along the way, and Namsan is just beautiful to walk around. 오늘 날씨가 너무 좋아. 지금 24, I don't remember how to say degrees. It is 24 degrees right now. There's basically no humidity. The sun is out. It is a beautiful day. Oh man, I'm loving this. 혹시 제가 여기서 제 자신을 찍어도 괜찮을까요? 네, 감사합니다. The thing I missed most about Korea is the food. I love these smaller restaurants, typically with a couple older ladies in the kitchen, but they are intimidating at first, as there are no picture menus and no English anywhere. Thankfully, after living here for a couple of years, my reading is fine, so I go to these restaurants quite frequently. So for lunch, I've come into a little Kimbap restaurant. I've gotten some Kimbap and a Kimchi Jjigae. I love this. I haven't had a good kimchi jjigae in a really long time. It's like a kimchi tofu spicy soup. You see when they bring it out, it's boiling. This looks delicious, but I need to be patient. Oh my god, that's amazing. So good. People always ask me what my favorite food is, and the answer is Korean food, because I've gotten to know so much of it. After living here for so long, you get to try many different things. This is something I've really missed. Good kimchi is something I've missed. Oh my god, I've just wiped chili into my eye. Oh, I can't stop crying. Oh man. Idiots. 정말 맛있었어요. 망원? 네. 감사합니다. 감사합니다. 안녕히 계세요. Oh man, what a meal! After Namsan Tower, I headed over to my old neighborhood to check out where I used to live and take a little trip down memory lane. So I used to live in an area called Sillim. I live between Sillim and Bongchon train station, and I've just come back to go check it out. There's hills everywhere here. I've forgotten how brutal it was walking up these hills every day, but I've come to check out my old place. Oh man. So this is where I used to live, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little emotional being here right now. If you've ever seen any of my older videos, I would always start them walking out of here or running down the stairs. I had a small little one room in here. I was paying like $400 a month for it. It was great, and I have really, really fond memories of being here and living here. This was me achieving my life dream, something I'd wanted for so many years, moving here and living in this little apartment. And the thing that sucked about the whole situation was I never really left there properly. I got stuck out of during the pandemic, and all my stuff was still inside. I was just on a holiday. They closed the borders, they closed the country. I couldn't get back in, I couldn't get all my things. I actually needed to get one of my friends that lived here to pack up all my stuff and send it to my parents' place in Australia. So I had never really planned on moving out of here. If it wasn't for the pandemic, I don't know if I'd still be living here, but I would likely still be living here in Seoul. This is weird to be back. This was a lovely little neighborhood to live in. I got to know quite a few people in the street and in the area. Just behind, there's a little park up here, and that's actually a mountain. They've got bush trails through there, and you can go up to the top. They've got like a playing field and stuff up there. It's actually really nice. And the only way to get up there is to take the bush trails. I'm still out of breath from these. The hills in this part of Seoul are next level. Oh man, I wasn't going to, but I decided to take a walk up here for old time's sake. I used to come up all the time. It's great exercise. I would listen to a podcast and walk up here. I am not as fit as I used to be. Oh man. Having this basically coming off my street was awesome. I used to come up here all the time. It's great to exercise, walk around here. Basketball courts and everything. There's like a full gym set up here, and it's just so nice to come up here, especially on a really nice, beautiful day like this. When I think about Seoul as a place and what I miss the most, it's the green space, the mountains, and the beautiful walks that you can take everywhere. For my first day back in Seoul, I had a list of places I wanted to come and visit, and believe it or not, this random bridge was one of them. So right now I'm just near Itaewon, and this is quite funny for me. I actually worked in Itaewon for a little while, and I would walk across this bridge every day. This bridge later became famous from the drama series Itaewon Class. They would shoot many scenes down here, and it became a hotspot for people to come here and take photos and check out. But it was funny because I just used to walk across this every day like it was nothing. So it is fun to come back here and check this place out. I mean, I've just walked across it every day, so it's not that special to me. But if you haven't seen that series, Itaewon Class, it is a great drama series. So this is extremely nostalgic for me. I used to work in this building just here. It used to be a little pizza restaurant, and it's some of my best memories from living here in Seoul. It was a tiny little restaurant. It only sat about 6 or 7 people, and I was the only person working in there. So I would work in there by myself, making pizza, and basically just talking to the customers and people that would come in. They also did takeaway and delivery all through the area, so it was quite a busy little shop, but enough for just one person to manage, and it was a whole lot of fun for me. It really improved my Korean language. I was in here serving people and speaking Korean all the time, and it was just an amazing experience looking back on it. I eventually got sick of it because I didn't move here to work full time. I wanted to have more fun and adventure. But that was a very big chapter of my living here, and it's a memory that I hold dearly. And for anyone who did watch Itaewon Class, this is the restaurant just here, Danbam. It's actually it's still got the name on it, but it's called Tanbam. I thought it was Danbam. I'll have to go back and check that, but it is cool to see that it is still here in the same form. Something I can say about this part of Itaewon is it is extremely quiet compared to what it used to be like 5 or so years ago when I lived here and I used to work in this area. It seemed like it was much busier during the daytime, and many of the businesses that I see here have actually changed from what they used to be, which I guess over a 5-year period isn't that surprising, but it is like being in a different place. Now, one of the reasons it's taken me so long to come back here is, I guess, Korea closed for almost 2 years, and by the time it had reopened, I had a whole new life where I live now in Bangkok, and I hadn't come back here because I was concerned that I would come here and instantly want to move back, and it would just turn my current life upside down. Now, granted, I've only been here 1 day, but so much has changed, and a lot of what I remember, while I remember the places and where I am, it's just a different place now. And to be completely honest, I am somewhat relieved for that, because I do have a great life where I'm living in Bangkok. I'm in an amazing relationship. I've got a house, a motorbike, a car. I'm buying another car, a cat. All of these things to me are way more important now. The only thing that I really do miss is my friends. Tonight, I'm gonna go catch up with one of them. We're gonna go out and have some fun. So let's see how I feel after that. As I mentioned, I was staying in my old neighborhood. I'd booked a room off Airbnb. I paid a little over $500 for 12 nights, which is probably about the equivalent of what a month's rent would cost in a building like this. So this is a look at my room where I'm staying now. This is a very, it's a typical Seoul apartment. It's small, it's a little bit smaller than the old place that I used to live in. But for me, I'm just here for 12 days in total, so it's fine for me. I had forgotten what it's like living in these tiny little rooms, but I am very comfortable here, and I do love where this building is, right in the middle of my old neighborhood. I'm very comfortable here, I know my way around, and the view from here is actually really nice. Seoul absolutely comes alive at night, and while most people think of places like Gangnam, Hongdae or Itaewon for a night of fun, my neighborhood has a sneaky good nightlife. So tonight, I'm meeting up with my best mate here for a night of fun. Yo! Good to see you, man. Nice to see you, man. Yeah. We decided on samgyeopsal, which directly translates to pork belly, or what we in the West call Korean BBQ. First time. My mate Bong was one of the first friends I made in Korea. We both lived in the same area and used to do a lot of partying together. We've been friends for over 7 years now, and every time we catch up, it's a good time. Can you do that? I hate it. No. Koreans love to drink soju, and they have some really interesting traditions around how you serve and drink it.
One shot to all the people? Yeah. All people? Yeah, all the people? Yeah.
When friends drink together, they will pour each other's drinks. Even us, as close friends for many years, still do this. However, until you're very close friends, the youngest should pour and accept, showing an extra level of respect.
Yeah.
When pouring for someone older or someone you want to show respect to, 2 hands are used on the bottle while pouring. Likewise, if you're receiving a drink, you will hold the glass with both hands as a sign of respect. More older-fashioned traditions include hiding the label or turning away from the person that you're drinking with and covering yourself while you drink. These are only really still used in extreme circumstances, such as a younger employee around a chairman, president, or CEO. So you may recognize my mate Bong. He came over and spent Songkran with us in Thailand. He's come to visit me a couple of times. We lived in the same neighborhood, or he still does live here. Because it's my first day here, we had to come hang out, grab some barbecue. We've got some more pork cooking. Check this out. These traditions to me are fun and interesting, and I love learning about these strong cultural roots. Being an older friend of Bong, until we were really good mates, he would still insist on showing me a high level of respect, based purely on age. Typically, while speaking in Korean, the younger would have to speak in a formal manner, and the older speaks informally, until the older person insists on dropping the honorifics and speaking informally. Good dinner, you enjoy?
Oh, I'm full.
You're full, I'm full too. So now, time for us to put the camera away, go have some fun.
Yeah.
Okay?
Let's go second round.
Second round, let's go.